listening to the Hanging from the Rafters podcast.
I dislike it on a personal level.
I dislike it extremely. I don't hate it, but I dislike it to the point where if you don't stop, I may hit you.
With Chris Rafter.
Smells like Bigfoot's dick. Why don't you go back to fucking France or wherever the hell you're from?
Yeah.
Pull it out. Let's see it. What are we even fucking doing here?
Austin Rafter.
I can't believe what's happening to me. You ain't going nowhere.
Fans.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Bryce Silver.
Ghana herpes I got it from this one tramp that I was with.
Come on, you idiot. You gotta. What do you mean?
Anyway, brother, here's Wonderwall.
And Tim Morris.
Do you think the mimes actually stab people, or do you think they just mime it? Jamie, can you pull up a video of somebody's head being crushed by sonar? That'd be great.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Free weights where they just said I'm fucking not trying to hurt myself.
Finding a spotter is hard too.
And this fucking lady's like leaning on the machine, and she's talking to some lady on the next one, and says like, "Are you guys using this?" And she just gives me like a dirty look, and then turns away and is like, "Are you using this machine? Because you're
Right
still
here?
fucking sitting on it, and you just gave me a dirty look. Like, is that a yes or a no, asshole?"
People at the gym have like either really bad etiquette or bad social skills. It's
Yeah.
terrible. I saw a dude on one of the press machines. I don't know. It doesn't matter which one it was.
Yeah.
But he sat on it for probably, and I'm talking like trying to be real about this, probably a solid like 8 to 10 minutes or so.
Oh fuck.
Just texting.
God,
Just
I fucking
texting.
hate that shit.
He had his 45-pound plates on the other side. And this wasn't like some kid, you know.
But they always have all the weights on it.
Yeah.
They do one rep, and then
yeah.
they play on the phone for 45
And
minutes.
it wasn't some like kid who was there to get jacked.
Because you tell somebody you're going to the gym?
That's what it felt like, because it was like a middle-aged dude with like a slight pot belly. He wasn't fat. I'm not trying to say he was fat, but he had like, you know, he was maybe trying to work off a few. But he's sitting there
Motherfucker's
doing
smelling.
nothing, like just doing nothing.
God
like,
damn it. Yeah.
what's the deal, dude? I don't even want to be here right now, and now I have to fucking ask you. And it's like, no, I'd rather just find something else
Yeah, at
and
this point.
figure it out on the other hand. So
But
it's
also,
funny,
I hate you.
but also I do hope you die, and I'm not going to say it to your face.
Oh, I will.
So at the one I'm going to, they closed down the F-19 over in Milpitas. So I looked up the next closest one. It's either go all the way to South Side or go to Newark, and the travel distance and time is the exact same. Especially during rush hour, it's 10 times worse to go south.
Oh, fuck,
Anyhow,
yeah.
Is that
so
Fitness 19?
yeah.
Fitness 19 incher in your mouth?
Huh? I didn't catch that one.
Is that Fitness 19 incher in your mouth?
That's not the girl one, is it? Or is that like there was another?
No, that's curves.
Yeah,
no,
you're
no.
getting curves.
There was one that
The
had
only
like,
other one I could think of that you might associate with that is the Right Stuff, but that one was also just a regular ass gym.
there was one that it had like numbers, it had like 24 or something, and there was a whole thing where like the guy who owned it is supposed to be like a fucking huge creep, and fucking he like gets all these girls to fucking just be like brainwashed. Some girl we used to
I know
work
what you're
with.
talking about.
Some girl we used to work with went there, and like she was all about it. It was all her life. And then I think fucking the guy tried to like come out, like come on to her or something. So she's like, "Fuck this guy." And all these girls are like, "You're a fucking liar." You're
The
a
owner did
fat
this?
girl." Yeah, apparently. He was supposed to be like a fucking.
Oh, so he
creep,
was
dude.
globo gymming it.
Yeah,
No, it's
essentially.
At
very
average
much,
Joe's, he was globo
Pretty
gymming.
much,
it's worse. It's very much some like cult shit. Like the dude is also he's a dating coach. Like he's one of those
What the
guys
fuck?
he's one of those guys
He's a
that, like,
professional asshole.
that
Yeah.
teaches people how to like pick up on women.
He's a good old Andrew Tate.
Well, it's like
and
a,
it's definitely like I could see like how I could imagine it's definitely like a lot of like nag them,
Oh,
make
yeah, of
them
course.
feel insecure,
Yeah.
make them
Demonstrate
need
your
you.
value.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name? Mystery or something?
well, it was like that.
Mr.
That
E?
show?
It was like that Vikram yoga guy. He's freaking hear about how like the megalomaniac he is, that he wants to charge like $4 million for his fucking sperm and all this shit. And, like he thinks that he's a fucking god or some crazy
Best part
shit.
is someone will pay for it.
Did you
Probably.
watch-
The
did you
best
watch that
part is he looks
documentary?
like a decrepit old fuck.
Yeah, he
Well,
does.
you
He's a
guys-
fucking
He's
like,
always looked like that. But that's
frail
what the
Indian guy.
yogis are supposed to look like. They're like super skinny.
Oh yeah, well, because I mean, you're just doing like your chakra balancing.
Netflix did like a 3-part documentary, and he was fucking everyone.
pretty much.
They always
He'd,
are.
like, he'd come up to like the women while they're doing yoga, and he's like,
He's
them
like
and
dry
shit.
humping their air behind them.
he's like a character. He's in the movie.
So at the
Speaking
one
of
that
documentaries on Hulu, they have a Jewel Thief. It's about this dude that, like, when he was growing up, like, he was, like, a fucking nerd, like, just taking apart electronics and shit. And as he got older, he figured out he was really smart and he could just steal stuff. Just whatever he wanted.
Yeah, of course.
And, like, it starts, like, small, like, he's stealing, like, boxes of cigarettes and food and this and that. And, like, he eventually steals, like, the crown jewel of Austria just on a whim. Like, he robs multiple banks.
Just sitting at a museum, like, I'll take the glass off here.
And, like, the way he robs the banks is, like, he finds banks that are, like, being built and, like, goes and, like, watches them for months and months. And then the night before they open, when they just put all the money in the ATM, he fucking, like, crawls up into the crawl space. Like, he's already disabled the alarms because he went in disguised as a fucking worker and set up all his bullshit. Like,
Guy's
to turn
basically a
everything
hyper
off.
genius.
Yeah, and,
He's
like,
casing the place.
so he just goes in there the night before it opens and opens all the ATMs and steals everything. And, like, and dude was, like, fucking calling the police and, like, telling them, like, how he did shit. And, like,
Oh, so he was a sociopath.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Call the police.
At the gym that I'm going to, the one in Newark, I have never seen so many fucking people. Maybe I mentioned this too, with so many fucking tripod cameras set up in a gym.
Influencer gym.
Oh my
Just
god!
start,
It's
just start
fitness.
tripping over him.
It is fitness 19. It's not even 24-hour fitness. And the membership is
couldn't
$15.
Well, these are
You
starter
couldn't even,
influencers.
you couldn't even afford the extra 5 hours.
I could not tell you how many fucking benches and actual like barbell benches there are in this. There's so fucking many, and they're all taken up by dudes and chicks who feel the need to like, I'm gonna check my reps. No, you're not.
Oh my god.
I literally have this here so that you could do squats and deadlifts because you can't even go anywhere near those fucking racks. Every jackass and their mother, there's like 4 guys standing in the rack.
Yeah.
It's like, this is fucking
Well,
ridiculous.
I appreciate it when it's like, when, you know, you'll see it a lot with like 18-year-olds, high schoolers, shit like that. It'll be like them and their 3 friends, you know, and they'll all take one. I actually appreciate that because they're not like cramming up other spaces in the gym.
Yeah.
I can find something else to do, but like it sucks when you have to like be at a machine that like you're like, all right, I'm just doing something alternative, right? And then the moment they leave, you're like, oh, cut this out, run over there.
Get over there now.
And then of course someone beats
Should
you
I
there.
finish this or do I go over there?
You got to get your towel and throw it across the room like an asshole and be like, that's mine.
Put your water on it.
the fuck out of my way.
The best part is I go in today. I don't know if this sign's new or not. I just missed it. But at the sinks and everything, the locker room and the bathroom is you know, just big area. And at the sinks, there is a steroid warning. Like, don't do steroids. You can get a stroke, aneurysm, all this bad stuff. Personally,
great.
I say shoot them up. Do whatever you want to do. But the best part about that is that there are 2 people that work there that are obviously on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they are 20-something years old, and they are way too jacked. They look like they're fucking Wolverine.
You look like you started working out when you were 5, man.
Yeah, they
What's-
look
what's
like
the deal
fucking
here?
Chris Hemsworth in the
They always
most
come in
recent Thor
pairs.
movies. Yeah.
It's never just one of them. It's always 2.
Well, one sells to the other.
And like they're like, when you can visibly see people looking at themselves in the mirror, it's like, how can you not feel like a jackass? I get like you look good, but like, how do you not feel like a jackass? Just like guys they're doing this number. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Stop flexing, dude. Like, take the picture and go.
The
Like,
worst
stop
is
No,
that-
looking.
don't do that.
wor-
Just do the gym and go.
Or
Like,
I don't mind if people take pictures, but like, don't sit there for like minutes. And again, even worse, don't flex at yourself without taking a photo. At least take a fucking photo, for Christ's sakes.
Bryce is saying this
I don't
because
know.
she does
It's
that,
all. It's
I do it
all
frequently.
terrible.
and I make fun of it.
I try to stay in one of the actual rooms because at my old gym they only have 2 changing rooms with mirrors in them. The rest of the gym, like, people didn't really do that because it was where all the Indian and Vietnamese people went to work out.
Oh,
But the
yeah.
one that I'm at is like everybody and their mother. It's huge and it's full. I don't know
And
how.
And you want the private room for you and your friend Brent.
I would
Yeah.
feel weird if I was sucking a dude off in front of the whole gym. That's
Yeah,
why I
dude,
want the private
it's
room.
inappropriate is what it is.
Exactly, and then maybe take a
It's
little
not
flex
right.
picture afterwards.
And you want Brent to feel special.
I want him to feel good, like he was the one. I'm not, no one else. Hey, everybody, I'm taking Brent to the room.
Yeah.
Check me out. Maybe
ever
you'll see the after photo,
Have you ever gone to the gym and gone down to like your second machine? You realize you have fucking horrible BO.
Yes.
It's always like you're
Love
doing
it.
something that lifts your armpits a lot. You're like, fuck, I fucking stink. Like,
That's why I wear a sweatshirt.
I always
Good move.
Anytime that happens to me, I can't get over it, and I have to leave. After that machine's like, well, we're done here
Yeah, who
today.
gives a fuck?
But
Got a good pump.
Yeah, the
I'll
other
just keep going. I mean,
Hell yeah.
especially like
No, just
sometimes
every
you
time
look
you
in the mirror,
pass.
I'm like, I look like shit right now, and I look around here, it's like, ain't no one looking at me.
Yeah,
Every
Fucking
time-
nobody
Adonis
here-
is through here.
Well, the way you handle it is every time you pass by somebody, just raise your arm and be like, "Do I smell right, man?"
do I
Well,
smell
that's right.
bad?
It's just stinking, and then I always think about fucking like red hella shit on like when I first was working out when I was like 20. I would read shit on Reddit about people being like, "What are these fucking psychos who are coming in stinking so fucking bad at the gym?" It's like I get it's the
Got in
gym,
your head.
you don't have to fucking stink.
Thank you.
And so like I'm very self-aware of it. But then yesterday, or I think it was a
But also,
Thursday.
fuck those people.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's exactly what I realized.
The people that clearly put an outfit together, I'm good. Put an outfit together for the gym.
so
I just have always felt like the gym is for your shitty clothes because you just gotta sweat them up. Why do you need to look pretty?
yeah.
It's
be a
the
while.
Doesn't make
Lululemons
sense.
for me. There's these new pants, and let me tell you, they look great. But I swear to God, like these pants are strictly for women to let you know what their ass looks like
yeah.
without
See,
pants on.
You also
The
have
full,
to
ever
like,
see
the
a-
crack ones.
This one
like, I can
Indian
see a
lady,
crack,
this
dude.
one Indian lady,
You ever see
fucked me up.
You ever see a dude
She
wearing
fucked me
one?
up hella bad, dude. I'm watching like my form or whatever. I'm filling myself up. Fuck it. And I look over towards the jungle gym machine, and there's this lady doing some like leg exercise, and I'm like, oh my God, she's naked. She's wearing brown skin tights, and it's an Indian lady, so it's even more like my brain was like, wait, what the fuck are you seeing?
I saw something like this on Reddit.
It's funny because
Guys walking around with his dong out.
it's funny 'cause
the
when you see
Lulu-
those hot ass girls at the gym, you also like you make that like glance. You have to like do the second glance, like where's that phone that's fucking
Oh yeah.
video filming me?
I know. Yeah, I don't look. I look down at the gym. I'm not gonna
move.
be that when they come fucking. This guy's staring at me.
Well,
Look
have
at
you
the
seen
door.
That bald,
Especially, just don't look at me. This is not a place to pick a women anyway.
No.
there's
Even
some-
though they walk around on a fucking meat market with their ass out.
Yeah.
Have
well.
you ever seen there's some yoked bald dude always wears like a fucking backwards hat? It's funny because you can see that he's wearing one like a trucker hat that has that weird like material, but he's bald, so it's clearly above his head, not resting on his head. 'Cause It probably
Yeah.
feels weird if you're fucking having that right on your skin. But I love his videos because he'll show like fucking a girl doing that. It's like this guy's been following me around, and so just some fat dude is trying to just work out, and he glances at her direction once, or fucking she's following. The worst, like it'll be her following him around clear the gym just so she can force the glances
Of
and be like,
course.
look at this guy, 47 staring glances.
They put those
And-
ass pants on for a reason.
Well,
Like,
that's
yeah,
it. His-
he's staring at you because you're following him.
Exactly. Yeah, he's like, not only are you fucking not leaving this motherfucker alone who's just trying to work out, you're doing it with a fucking intention so he'll look at your ass and
Yeah.
you can get mad.
Dude, gym outrage videos are a huge thing right now, and it's just pure rage bait, and I cannot stand it
My
because
favorite
it
is the
gets
one
me
with the
every
blind
time.
guy. He's
I-
like, he's just
Oh, yeah.
staring at me. I'm blind. And then she brings the people in from the gym, and they're like this. She said you were staring at her, and
So
she
you're
makes
making
her
her
uncomfortable. She's like,
uncomfortable, yeah.
I'm like blind. I can't see anything. I was literally just looking forward because I can't see
Didn't
it.
he
I
actually-
could look anywhere I want and not see a shit.
I would've
Like,
sued
that's
the
damn
fuck out
thing.
of
Did
that
he
place.
leave,
yeah.
or I think he got like told to leave.
They're
at
like,
some
it's
point,
still
and they're
making her uncomfortable.
Yeah. You need to either stop or get out. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna fucking go home. Then I can't fucking see her.
Oh,
Like,
I'm sorry
Look
that
at
my
your shoes or look up.
I would love to fucking like be in that situation and like know that like it was just me and her in the room and like it's my word against hers, and as soon as they walk up, before she can even say anything, this lady just keeps looking at my dick the whole fucking day. She's just been looking at my crotch.
I said the women I just stay away from, but a guy with a phone doing videos, I'm gonna walk in your video.
yeah,
I'm gonna be walking across. Here's a big fat guy
I'm
coming
trying
across.
to
There
knock
he
your
goes.
phone over if I can. If I can make
Yeah.
it look not
Please,
obvious.
please say something to me because I'm just gonna do this and go what?
oh,
And then he's like, "You're in my shot." Oh, okay.
yeah.
Keep
That's
going.
crazy.
Was he gonna fight me?
Did you
That's
see
crazy.
that video? The dude tripped the kids, the kid running across the street because he's filming some fucking girls doing a stupid TikTok dance, and like one kid runs in front of him, and then you just see him walk over, and the next kid runs, and he just fucking kicks his foot out of
Ooh,
the kid like
yeah.
shit hard.
Somewhat satisfying.
But I also was just thinking that, like, fucking, like, I really wish that dude would have got his fucking teeth kicked in. He's like, hey, you motherfucker, who gives a shit at these fucking your ugly friends and their terribly choreographed fucking
Stupid.
TikTok video? You don't trip a fucking little kid run across the street. This isn't your fucking street.
You're lucky that kid's dad didn't come out and knock your fucking teeth out.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
Jesus.
Oh
Are
my
you out of your
God.
fucking
Well,
mind?
that's why I was soon just seeing the video that like no one reacts at all, and so I was assuming like this kid's must be. I also wonder
Might
if
also
these,
be completely
they also might be
staged.
little shitheads who are just fucking
Well,
like
half
you
that
just
shit's
get the little
staged.
it probably is. Or fucking I was also wondering like what there's little shitheads like they've been trying to do this for the last hour and they just keep running back and forth for the shot. And so at this point he's like fuck it,
He's
fucking
done with
trip on
this
them. I'm
shit.
It's their older sister.
Like, yeah.
Did you see the one I was watching earlier? This like big dude's got like a kid and he's put him in like a sleeper hold. And like the kid clearly goes out and he still holds it for a while.
Oh,
and
shit.
then he
Texas.
just talks. He tosses him. He's wearing a cowboy. Big dude, little tiny kid.
He got arrested.
He clearly like tossed the dude and like he's flopping. Like he could be fucking
Oh, yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
That's what like, I feel like a lot of people think that you do the chokehold. And they're like, I'll just put him to sleep, and then that'll be the end of it. Is like, I mean, there's a real fine line between sleep and dead.
Well, he also
Yeah.
lifts him off the ground and
Yeah.
shakes him as
That's
he's
it.
got
He's
him in
like
chokehold.
6'2", this
I
kid's a
even
little
broke
kid.
his
Just
fucking
lets him
neck.
ragdoll the
Yeah.
ground.
And when he throws him, the kid's head bangs on the ground.
That's
So
what
he got
did it.
he got arrested, and the best thing is the article I was reading was man allegedly chokeholds another person, and it's
Well,
like
it's
man
still gotta-
arrested for alleged chokeholding, but the video is like he straight up fucking wrings him off the ground, shakes him fucking a couple times, and lets him go.
Still,
to fucking eat.
still got to go to
Yeah,
trial
it's
though.
a, it's a fucking
They're just protecting their
libel
ass.
or the libel thing that they
yeah,
don't wanna
protecting their
run
ass.
into.
What if he won the
Jesus.
case?
Yeah.
You know that kid was a little shit.
I was
your
thinking
ass.
of fucking Spider-Man. Hey, that's libel. Oh, that actually would be that would be that's slander.
That's
Actually, that would be
slander.
libel.
No.
Slander is spoken.
The way he says it's
Yeah.
even better because he goes, "That's slander." He's all like, "No, it's not. I resent
Oh, yeah.
that. It's
That would be
libel.
libel.
Slander
Slander's-
spoken."
yeah.
He's just like
Great.
pissed that he'd even like bother. He's like, "We're a newspaper, sir."
Yeah. Get the
Oh, shit.
terminology
So,
right.
Speaking of newspaper, you're listening to Hanging from the Rafters podcast. I'm here with Austin, Bryce, and Joker.
Private Joker.
Private Joker. He's wearing a hat because he knew I was gonna...
Guys! The fuck's going on?
Is that
Fuck
Sebastian
is that?
Bach?
It's a bunch of whatever,
Trailer park
soundboard.
Cut that. Do it
Clips.
again.
Cut that. Cut that. Cut that. Cut that. Cut that.
One more.
Jamie, cut that.
Hey, guys!
That's better.
The fuck's going on?
All right, let's pretend that happened like that.
What we're trying to say
good
to him
job.
is you look like
Drops.
you're about to go to Vietnam.
This one's for you.
I do love like anytime you're listening to like a podcast, like especially like Legion of the Skanks, like you always hear them say, "All right, we'll cut that later. Like we'll edit that later," and like they just never did.
They never do.
You
That's
know?
why I say that too. I'm not gonna cut. What, you out of your
It's
fucking
Always
mind?
Sunny podcast made that like a bit where they're like their early episodes. It was like go ahead and cut that, and then later on there's like cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I got JG a mug for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
nice.
says cut that. Cut that. Cut that.
So
Cute little bit. Cute one for a television show. Not bad.
I think I posted in the group the other day, or I might have just told you, Bryce, about Alex Galchenyuk getting
Oh.
arrested like a week after he was signed.
Oh, you posted it, yeah.
So this motherfucker, it says he repeatedly used racial slurs
Who
towards
is
a
he?
police officer in
He's
training,
a hockey player.
Wow.
Yeah.
threatened to have 2
Arizona.
officers killed during a traffic stop.
Good for him.
Said Galchenyuk cited connections in Moscow while saying, "I'm going to chop you, your wife, your daughter." And then he also said, "One phone call and you're all dead. Your whole family, your bloodline is dead."
Jesus.
Oh boy,
Oh God.
guy was
Like,
having
that's
fun.
So great.
It was a joke.
I found out one of those
It's a
big,
joke.
like, fucking Russian type basketball players. He's one of like the
One of
new
them Russian types.
the new big guys. I guess he's like his fucking life's passion is horse racing, where you like sit sideways on like a chariot thing and fucking ride around. He's like, I've been doing. He's like, I would leave games early to go do horse races, and she's like, I don't give a shit about the NBA. I fucking love horse racing.
He didn't leave the NBA early. I'll tell you that right
He's
now.
still in, but
Yeah, he didn't leave the NBA early. He left the shitty Russian league
yeah,
and the Inter Europe League.
Who's this?
probably jerk.
Probably Djokovic or something
It
like
is
that.
Djokovic.
Yeah.
It is
Vladimir
Djokovic,
Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
the only.
watched-
That's the only person I could think of. I'm like, that's not it.
I knew that was it. So it was just some random video I was watching. I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah.
And he was like, his passion's not the NBA. It's fucking horse racing.
Well, he's
It's
full
the
of
N-word.
shit.
It's the N word.
He likes to say the N-word at the racetrack.
on the regular.
I don't know why we're talking like it's 90s radio.
Or wasn't there
Because
a,
we're talking about the
Bah,
race
bah, bah.
guess
Wasn't
so.
there one of those like European basketball players who was like a well-known racist, and he would have problems all the time? 'cause
Is that
he,
one that was a
like,
well-known dick?
He's a well-known dick, but he get like caught fucking like in practice, just fucking like shouting the N-word and shit
For
'cause
no
that's-
reason?
Well, like he
Oh,
fucking
because
missed
he's
a,
playing basketball.
he missed
Never
a
mind.
layup or something, or he had like a bad fucking
that's his-
shot. And
wow.
he just fucking
Should have played for the Clippers.
Right?
probably.
Should have killed him.
Because of their owner being racist and all.
That's true.
What was his name again?
Remember him?
Donald Sterling?
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver? Oh, I thought-
No. Adam Silver is the commissioner.
Who's Donald Sterling?
Bryce Silver.
It is Donald
That's
Sterling.
Yeah.
You're right,
Yeah.
John Sterling.
John Sterling.
What's he call him? Steve.
Donald Sutherland.
The
Kiefer Sutherland.
unknown soldier said it.
The tomb of the unknown soldier says the N-word on
Remember
it,
they
apparently.
found one of them? They were
They
able to
found
like
most of them
find
after
the
DNA.
And then they
the
killed him,
whatever.
and they buried him
Yeah.
somewhere else.
No, they like
They like exhumed the
identified
body.
who
They
they were,
identified
and they
one of
buried
them.
them regular. The one
That'd be-
from Vietnam.
Still one
That'd be
of his-
funny if, like, they're digging the tomb of the unknown soldier. Like, they're digging it for the monument and everything. All right, guys, construction start. We're gonna start, doing superstructure on Monday. So be ready to dig with your shovels and ditch witches, all that crap. And they go and they start digging and they find a body, and then they go, just yoink that out of the way. We're still putting it here.
Who knows who that guy is anyway?
Oh, dude, your chair is like ripping off on my legs.
Take that.
That's a good defense mechanism. Oh man, just like the United States government, like it's like a Native American body. Well, we're building the tomb of the unknown soldier. Can we really keep this here?
Isn't that a Family Guy or whatever? After they do Poltergeist, and then after that he's like, I found like another head. He's like, he knocks it out of his hand. We're not doing this again.
Yeah. Sorry,
No,
the
it
first
was,
time was enough.
So what it was is like they figured out that they had to put the head back in the yard for everything to go back to normal. And
Yeah.
it goes back to normal, and they're starting to walk towards the house. And the house gets sucked back into the other dimension,
Oh,
and
he's
Brian
so
turns around, and Peter's got the skull in his hands, and he's just sticking his fingers in and out of the eye holes.
Can't help himself.
And Brian just runs up and smacks it back out of his hand into the hole.
We're not doing that again. Yeah, no, that's an experience that I bet you did happen. And it might not have been a Native American burial ground, but it might have been like one Native American, and like maybe this was built near like a previous battlefield,
Battleground, yeah.
of some sort, or maybe a tribe. And they just happened to find the one
The
body.
sheer amount of Native Americans.
Yeah, wouldn't it just be
that
bones?
were killed
too?
immediately.
How would they know?
That's what I'm saying is you can test the
They're
bones.
dark bones.
Well, these bones are dark.
Brown bones.
Can't be ours. Ours go white.
These ones have feathers.
Yeah.
It was a bird or a Native American.
Yeah,
They
I
would
always
be
wondered-
buried-
It was just some white guy that was really into Native American stuff.
Speaking of Poltergeist, I always wonder how much did they sue for after that movie ended? Because when they find out they moved the headstones and not the bodies, like, we fucking paid for this house and it fucking disappeared. We're fucking suing, motherfuckers.
The people in the movie?
Yeah, the
Oh, okay,
family.
yeah,
They
yeah.
resold the house that the
I was like,
guy
this-
knew.
I mean,
I was gonna say this
You
sounds
can-
oddly like you're describing the movie, thinking you were talking about somebody else.
I mean, but then you get to court, and the judge is like, "Yeah, I don't believe in ghosts." Bye.
Yeah, sorry, ghost's not real.
Well, the
Bye-bye.
skeletons were still there. Remember the girl falls in at the end? There's like a fucking the like yard caves in. She's in like a pool of water, and the fucking skeletons start popping up. She's like, ah!
I mean, you could definitely sue them for not reporting it.
And tomorrow on
Yeah.
Judge Judy, this family is suing for the because no one else is gonna hear them on Judge Joe Mathis.
It's a bunch of white trash.
Yeah.
This is you put a damn burial ground in my house.
I always did love that. Like Judge Joe
I-
Mathis was supposed to be like, it's the black judge, and it was like the same people in the crowd from Judge Judy. They're like, it's just okay, next
It's a real
session.
thing for
And
like
then they-
small
and then he-
cases. You could just decide to go on them
Well,
and let them
it's,
figure
civil-
it out.
Yeah.
And then he
It's civil cases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
He-
petty tort.
What if they're doing like
he
murder
quit.
cases?
But then he
You know what? I
quit.
like this guy's an asshole.
You
death.
murdered. You're being accused of murdering Joe Jack's wife over here. Well, she was a bitch.
The funny thing is Joe Mathis quit, and they got Judge Joe Brown, which is really just on the nose to me.
Just
like-
straight up, Judge Blackie McBlack. It's like,
Yeah, just
okay,
get a
thank
black
you.
guy in here.
Yeah,
I was
whatever. Just
Three
Joe
hours.
Brown.
I want somebody like somebody young, like to do one of those shows.
Like too young though.
Every
No,
time
not
I-
too young. That won't be funny.
every
like
time I
like
look up-
imagine Pete Davidson doing a
Doesn't know
fucking-
shit about law either. Like, I don't know. I guess it's guilty
best.
for you.
Every time I watch anything like, and there's like a small like side part, I think about like they cast like 500 people for this part. We need a black guy to fall down.
Yeah.
And there's like a line. They come in, they're like, and they fall down. They're like, all right,
Not
next.
funny enough.
Well, you've heard Nick Mullen used to have a story when he would do like fucking side work at movies and shit. There was some guy who was like a well-known extra as cops for like a well-known dick. For being like an extra
Oh,
for
yeah,
like
he's
a
been
cop
in a
extra.
shitload
He
of
had his
things.
own own suit and all this, and I guess it was a show with Donnie Wahlberg, and the guy he's talking to Nick Mullen, the Donnie Wahlberg spy, and the guy's like, "Good morning, Donnie." He's like, "I've been seeing too much of you here, fucking like Jason or whatever the fuck his name is." Like,
That's pretty smart. Like, if you show up, you're like, I'm going to be playing a background cop.
Yeah,
I actually
right.
brought a whole uniform. I'm ready to go.
Well, it's
Oh,
almost
yeah,
no
I'm
different.
Sure you'll get some jobs like that.
Yeah.
It's almost no different than the New Zealander actor who plays Vatos in all of his movies, like Training Day and shit. He's the boss. Can't
oh
remember
yeah,
his name.
yeah. The guy, he's the brother of the girl in fucking.
Oh, yeah,
what's
he's
it
got him
called?
in there with the gun. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like, he calls her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when you find
He's-
he's a New
he's-
Zealander.
He's a New Zealander.
Bruh?
Yeah, he's Aboriginal.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sure what's their, I don't know what their
I don't
tribes are over there, but I think it's Aboriginal, or at least saying that is inclusive. Who cares? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're Native American. That's all that matters.
Lord of
He's
the
a
Rings
Native
is-
American man.
Lord of the Rings is filmed there. That's
From
all that's
New Zealand.
important about that country.
You know, I went to a gathering of the
Juggalos.
Juggalos, indigenous peoples over on Alcatraz on Thanksgiving.
The
And this-
Juggalo indigenous people.
Yeah, baby. They get down over there, man. They love metal.
They're all from Detroit.
Drinking Fagos. It's really odd, but it's still great. They are dancing in their headdress, though. No, they have all that shit there, but there's one lady who's like
Headdress and clown paint.
screaming about New Zealand. They're like, the people who live there call it the land of the long white cloud. We call it the land of the wrong white crowd. I'm just like, I remember her saying that out loud, and it's a serious environment, by the way.
That's a slow clap moment.
And I'm with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and right when she said that, I almost went like, like, just thinking back on it, was like hearing that. I didn't see it was going that way. And for whatever reason, like, wrong white crowd, I was like, oh shit, like, I'm here. This is great.
She said it.
She did it. She went for it.
She said neighbors.
She said neighbors.
Someone posted something one time on Thanksgiving, and they're like, if you're celebrating this day, know that you're celebrating the death and subjugation of the Native American people. And I just wrote, okay.
Should have been like,
It's so solid.
I'm not arguing.
should have been like, it brings some good ass
But
turkey
also-
though.
I'm celebrating turkey and not being at work today.
Yeah, it's just a made-up holiday. Most of them are.
Yeah.
Jesus wasn't real.
Turns out we made all of them up. Did you know that?
Native Americans weren't real. None of it's real.
Not real.
They were all birds, which are government
We're
drones.
living in a simulation.
Just like that fucking
The Holocaust
1888
never.
show.
Wait.
Try to pull Roseanne there for a second.
Easy. Make a new drop for that.
No, fine one.
Easy.
Right.
I like saying that at work. That's a good one to say at work because it makes everyone feel like
Yeah.
very uncomfortable.
Whoever just said whatever regardless of what they said, makes them feel like, what the fuck?
Well,
did
if they say it-
wrong?
I think
Where
I'm
you
gonna
gotta-
make a coffee run. Easy.
You got to do it when they get excited about something, and I don't mean like necessarily happy, but like, you know, they get intense during like a work meeting, you know, or even just at lunch and you're all
Hey,
eating
you guys
together.
want to see pictures of my kids?
Easy.
Easy. That's more of a board easy.
I got
I'm
a
good,
lot
thank
of
you.
pictures of your kids as well.
I'm good, thank you.
I got them at the school.
We got them at the school.
They have a bunch of them there.
Got a whole lot of them.
Yeah, I think the okay remark is probably the most solid one to go with because, like, in my mind, I'm like Tim said, like, I'm just celebrating family, but it's like, no, they mean on the government-sponsored holiday. But it's even then, it's
Don't
like,
explain yourself.
listen, man, like, let's brightside this one. Everything that, you know, happened before, that does suck. But I'll tell you what, both you and I do have this day off.
Well, that's like
Like, let's pump the brakes on, like, halting the holidays. As a matter of fact, I think we should increase the number of, like, it's Yom Kippur. We should be off on Yom Kippur.
Hey, chill there, running.
So as usual,
trying
when
to take
we
the day off.
as usual when we find a good bit, South Park's already done it. They did a whole episode where
Well,
they
stole it from us.
made Columbus Day like not a holiday anymore,
Uh-huh.
and all the kids were like pissed and protesting because they're like, "You're taking away our day off."
Exactly. Exactly.
Didn't that actually happen? I think California doesn't.
No, it was
observe
New York.
Is
They were like tearing down the statue of Columbus, and the Italians were not happy.
I told you to drop that shit earlier today.
Yeah,
Okay,
here
I called.
we-
I had to put my ass out on the line to get Frankie Valli to play, and now you're gonna be the one who has to call him.
Here we just tore down a statue of some guy nobody's ever heard of, anyways.
I just say put up Dean Martin. He's a famous Italian.
Put up Homer Simpson.
You want to put an Italian up there if that's the real problem?
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Tony Soprano.
They just tore
He's a
down
good guy.
that.
He was real.
They just tore
Real
down
ass.
that statue right by like when you get off 87 for downtown. That statue of the guy on the horse. It's like right when you get off the freeway.
To San Jose, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Statue of the guy on the horse. Yeah, probably. I don't remember like off the top of my head.
I know what you're talking about. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's it just right out the window.
No,
I
they
was
do
like,
it. They have the poop
I didn't even know who
thing.
that guy
The poop
was.
thing. It was John San Jose.
It was John. I don't know, but it was racist. Anyone born in the 1800s that's white is racist.
Probably
Let's
racist.
tear him down.
It's an easy bet to make.
Let's just follow McDonald's lead and put up a statue of Grimace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, not real people.
Well, I say in Jersey, you put up a statue of is it Steve Van Dance, right? Steve Van, the guitar player for Springsteen band. He's Silvio,
Yeah.
and he
yeah,
was
yeah.
bitching
You know
the whole
what?
time in that episode. That's my favorite episode because it's so funny.
Yeah.
And just how frustrated like it gets Tony because he's trying to like, all right, I'm gonna help my friend, and this motherfucker like just it doesn't work because it's like these people are Native Americans, you're Italian, and you're gonna complain about this racist dude, and even the Italian guy Furio is like, actually we don't like him. He's from Genoa, and they hated Sicilians.
Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, we hate that guy, and it's like, what the fuck?
It's
It's like,
like people are like Irish people were not allowed, no dogs and no Irish. It's like it's just shut up.
It's not the same thing.
You got to work and
Some
then you
people
got to
try
take
to
money
Yeah,
home.
you weren't whipped in a field to pick somebody's.
It wasn't a
cotton
lot of money,
leg.
but you took money home.
so my favorite
you didn't
joke
get
in the
shot
whole
if you ran away.
episode is when like there's this one Native American kid who's trying to explain it to Silvio with Hesh, the Jewish guy.
Yeah.
And the kid's just like, there were millions of Native Americans killed on the Trail of Tears and this and that and the other thing. And he was all like, some people would say it's just as bad or even worse than the Holocaust. And then fucking
No,
Hesh
they
turns to him.
wouldn't. No, they
Hesh
wouldn't.
turns to him and he's like, I'm sorry, what? And he's just like, I'm just saying, we have a equal
Easy.
experience, right? Because he's Native American and Hesh is Jewish. And he's like, no, you're trivializing the Holocaust. Back off. Like, it's so great. You're trivializing the Holocaust. Back off.
You want to take a break?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wait,
What are you gonna do?
you want to sing? Good.
Do I want to sing? I wanna love somebody. I just wanna be with somebody. I wanna dance with somebody. Oh, somebody that loves you. I don't know how the song goes, so I just kind of
It's
guessed it.
me, damn it.
Like our physical prime.
What does
outside
that
of-
mean?
It's when our body's most fully developed. So if we took care of ourselves, then we'd be like the best forms of ourselves, I guess. Like physically,
Okay.
most virile.
Yeah.
Lloyd, the French are assholes. I don't know, Lloyd, the French are assholes.
It's gonna play that forever.
I don't know, Lloyd. The French are assholes.
Just make sure to play something like that when it's totally not relevant too. It's always a good
Your
way.
mic's not on.
He likes the
I like it
microphone
off.
off. For the boys.
He did that
I
twice
like it.
because the French
I
suck.
like it that way.
I hella had that once at school where a fucking guy came up. I was doing like a online class, but my next class was at school. It was when like they were doing mixed fucking online school right after
Boring.
the COVID semester.
Yeah.
And so this kid comes up and he's like, "How are you now?" And I'm just like, I'm in class mode. So I was like, "What?" Like I was like, "What the
How
fuck?"
are you now?
And then I realized he's talking to the fucking.
Oh, not so
and
bad.
I was like, "Oh, not so bad." And you?
I was wearing my vest and it has the Legion of Skanks thing, and I've always wanted to meet another Skanks listener like in the wild.
Right.
And dude sees it and he's like, "Legion of Skanks." I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Crackle, crackle." I was like, "Yeah." I felt like fucking JG we were talking about earlier. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say. And he walked away. I was like, "Fuck."
Hey, we could have talked about things, and we'd have. This would
I
have
have
been
it
good.
tattooed on my fucking leg, dude.
And I thought of the fucking because I sat there and just stared at him for like 30 seconds, like I was like, "What the fuck are you talking?" The thing in my hand, like realizing, "Oh shit!"
Are
he's
you from Canada? Are you from Newfoundland? What's going on?
You
Not
had
like
a
those degens
chance-
from up country like
You had a
us.
chance to make a friend and you blew it. Now
Yeah,
you're
dude.
stuck with us.
Now you're stuck with us, losers.
I didn't want to be his friend. I don't
Yeah.
like him because he listens to Legion of Skanks. Probably an asshole. But I wanted to connect on some. I,
I have
really
a
just wanted to
feeling-
show my tattoo because otherwise, why did I get it?
I have a feeling I know who you're talking about too. Was he a tall, skinny
That'd
guy
be
with
great
brown?
if you tried
Nah,
to.
he's a little dude.
Well, what
okay.
would be great is if you tried to show him your tattoo and you start pulling your pant leg up and he's like, "Whoa, man, whoa."
Did you
I'm
watch?
just trying to show you my dick, dude. Don't be weird.
Did you watch any of the Badass Battle of the Bands or Battle of the Badass Bands.
Yeah,
I
he
hate
knows
him.
one of the bands.
Oh,
Yeah,
totally,
Mercy Mine.
yeah.
He the singer is. That's who I was asked. I was gonna see if it was him, maybe.
What kind of music is it?
Like hardcore.
It's gay.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
Yeah, they
Okay.
didn't win, but they
They
were
always-
in the thing.
That was like fucking. They always shoot
Like-
down metal, and it's always the gayest fucking music that wins every year.
Yeah.
I
Trying to be
fucking
gay.
hate it. Like,
because metal seems to like obviously.
not-
Look at you guys.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't attract the increased crowd that Lewis is doing all that for. The whole point of that, it would. Metal's
He
not
already
getting
he
there.
already has the portion of the metal crowd that they're gonna get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
You know?
Well, they made it to the second round, so they gave him that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. But they're a good band. They're called Mercy Mine. Apparently the singer listens to
I
that
heard
and
it. I,
all the
I
podcasts
listened
that
to
we
those
listen to.
episodes.
Yeah, no, they're cool
Yeah, I
dudes
hate
too.
them.
Yeah, I hate
It's
them
the stupidest
straight up.
part of the show.
Really?
We will never.
I 100% get why they do it because everyone's gonna submit their shit and they'll be like, "Go watch
Yeah,
this."
It's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Like it makes any difference. They're not gonna give you it based on
I
the
don't
number
know.
of watches.
I like
But they
it.
want it's just immediately you get more listeners. Like especially if you're funny.
I
during
like
that
it.
time.
yeah,
I like it, but I'm also a fan of like game shows and contests and shit like that. So.
Tim's a big Price
He's
is
a
Right
big-
fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
No.
like
I
Jeopardy.
fuck
Yes,
with
that's
Price is
probably-
Right and Jeopardy, all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, him and his mom participated in
I'll
Supermarket
I'll
Sweep,
watch the shit out of
and
it.
he was
all.
the person in front answering all the questions while his mom kind of just waited for him to direct where to go to get the right item.
Is
got
that how
one
that
of
works?
Fuck that. No, I am fucking pushing the cart. Fuck
Is
that.
That's
that
what I'm
how-
saying. Your Supermarket Sweep, you're like, you're literally saying like we got to go down this aisle, shit. Like you're the person talking to the microphone when they ask questions.
You're the
at
one
the front.
sweeping.
I don't think I
No.
ever
No,
once watched.
not me.
You're the one supermarketing.
He's supermarketing.
So is that how that show worked? It was like somebody answered a question and they give you like a clue, like go find this item based
So
on my answer.
They ask you like historical food questions.
Oh.
Right, like when was the first Mars bar, ever
okay.
distributed or whatever? Like, but they're usually way simpler than that. I
Yeah.
shouldn't. It's a lot of wordplay so
That's
that you can
hard.
kind of guess into it. It's that was a little hard.
Yeah.
But
There's a
in,
lot of guys sitting there and be like, I don't fucking know.
but in that
1942?
vein, but easy, right? Like because it's a game show, they want people to be able to answer. And there's it's like a guessing game kind of thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So they
Like,
have
what
that, and
popular
then
cereal uses a slogan.
and then
Snap,
you get
crackle,
points.
Pop.
Right? Yeah, simple, right?
right.
Just like that. So you get points for that, and then once you like get past a certain round, whoever has like the most points, I think there's two people that get the most points. They get to go through the supermarket, and like they have to find items equal to a certain dollar amount,
Oh, okay.
and like the one that's closest, it's like that's where it gets prices righty, where you have to like guess
Okay,
close to that
yeah.
number. That's basically what they're trying to do.
Do they
And
not show
No,
like the
but, like-
prices, or is it just like grab and
they
try
don't
to
they
get
don't they don't
They tell 'em
show
later.
prices.
Okay.
You have to guess based on like the
But they
current market.
They pull
but
it out, right? Be like, what is this? Where and then they show it.
They do one
so
part
people
like
at
that.
home can play.
They do one part
okay.
like that, and then there's the one part where they actually have a person go in with the shopping cart and like go and try to find X items to
Yeah.
equal $150 or something.
Okay.
I don't know
Huh.
why, but I would find it hilarious if there was like a game show where like they ask a bunch of questions throughout the show, and like whenever somebody gets an answer wrong, there's like, nope,
No.
I
that's
like,
it. They
Nope.
don't tell you what the answer is. Nothing.
Nope.
Just nope.
Next question. You have forfeited
Wrong.
everybody else's answer.
I like to think that if they brought it back with the rising food prices, it would be like, go make $175 worth of food, and they score like 3 steaks, and like, here we go, got it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because like
We take some banana.
that's the first thing people go for when it's all right. You gotta get to $150. They always go straight to the meat
Meat,
section
yeah.
and they get like a brisket or a rack of ribs or a bunch. You can only
Yeah.
take certain numbers of certain things. You can't just load up on that.
Yeah.
But so they get the heavy stuff first, and they get the really light stuff. Pack of gums last. You know, like I need $2 more. Maybe
Meat
this pack of
changes
gum.
price on like a regular basis, so that'd be hard.
It goes
Yeah.
based on average market values for the
Yeah,
area
it's
that they're doing it in,
Oh, okay.
like where they're coming from or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's made so that you're like not in the dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like
But-
charging gas prices
but
from California to Texas.
also-
Not like that.
Yeah, who's
Also
gonna walk in there and
with-
be like, I know all the prices for
But
everything.
also
Yeah.
with
how
meat,
much time you
like,
spend in there?
even regionally, like meat prices change every day. Like
Well, certainly,
Well, it's
but they
probably
go with the average
recent-
market
recent
value.
market
Right.
prices.
They
or
don't, they're not
yeah.
they're not going to be $100 tomorrow. They're going to be like
Yeah.
22 for
So we
a pound of
surveyed-
top sirloin.
Yeah.
100 Americans, and these are the top answers. We surveyed 100 meat people,
Meat people.
grocery stores, and this is the average price.
I love the It's Always Sunny episode with the
Are you happy
fucking
that I
Family
explained that to
Feud,
you?
and you
Grocery
realize that like
stores.
what's his name? Charlie was one of the people
Who did the survey?
he's-
Dragon.
He's that one
Oh, yeah.
random answer. Yeah.
he gets them all right.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
He's like, oh yeah, I remember taking a survey earlier.
milkshake.
Milk
that, they did that on Family Guy too. Like fucking Peter was just answering all the Family Feud questions, and like Lois was like, "How did you know?" He's like, "I was one of the surveying." He's like, "I was one of the panelists."
Have you
How
watched
did that happen?
Do you watch that documentary about that engineer who like fucking knew the prices right? He like fucking mapped out all the pricings of things, like watching it for a long time, and then saw that they're like recurring prices on fucking things that had similar, and so he was like the fucking best they've ever had. I think when he did, he won right away, but he would go all the time and shout out the right answers, and fucking like, he's helped hell of people win just going whenever like he would get to go.
Get him out of
to
here.
film.
It's like the last
think-
Jeopardy chick, you know. She went on for how many wins straight? Like 800 some odd wins or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
more than the Ken whatever.
She
Ken
had
was
a
it?
ridiculous number. I think it was a translated.
I saw
from
her
Oakland.
I saw her at
Oh,
a
yeah,
Warriors game. She
Amy-
was sitting right next to us.
Amy
something.
Schneider.
Yeah.
Amy
Oh, is
Schneider,
it,
yeah,
like,
that's
right?
right.
The
She was
fucking-
ripping ass through that shit, dude.
Oh,
like
yeah.
no one stood a chance. It was
But-
crazy. It was a bloodbath.
I
You
like
ever watch the Ken
when
Jennings
she
one?
played
Holy
against-
shit!
I like to
When
think that
she
you were
played
just
against
saying.
him, he fucking wiped the floor with her.
Who?
Yeah, the tournament
Ken
champion.
Jennings,
Jennings.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I like to think that you were just were saying that she was just farting the whole
that's-
time.
No,
At
no.
first, I
Ripping
thought that's what you were.
ass.
I was like, damn.
She just tore
No,
through
but
all them
the-
I don't know, I
motherfuckers.
feel like for we're
New England.
The one that kicks everybody's ass is that young dude, like the one that he kind of actually like has autism, like
a lot of most of their
Yeah.
champions.
I
have
watch
it.
and
it.
I'm autistic.
On
Yeah.
Pluto TV, you can watch old ones, but they don't have all of them. They have like certain seasons, or normally if they do like a tournament champions or like something like that. Then they have that
Yeah.
whole season.
They have some of the old ones.
I don't know what I was saying.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
cool,
the
man.
fucking-
Very
I think
cool.
The questions.
oh, it's
I
James.
watched the same
James
sh-
Holtzhauser.
Oh yeah, there was this dude on there, and like for like 9 episodes in a row, everyone but him had like 0 or negative.
Oh, is that
my
smug
It's
black
like
guy?
he's right in. No, it was after
Oh.
him. That guy was funny too. Like especially because they try to interview him, and he's like some weird autist, and he's like, "Hi, he's really
Oh,
like
yeah.
loud and wild."
Boisterous.
Oh, was it the big fat guy?
No, he's a
Oh,
black
okay.
dude, like clearly
Oh,
a black
okay.
dude.
But no, the one that's fucking kicking everybody's ass now, it's James Holtzhauser.
Do they have those on?
Don't
Hulu
explain.
Yeah,
the whole
they have
season,
the
and they got rid of it?
they had.
They have
I
the
don't know if they
celebrity
get rid of
ones.
it, but they just
They
did.
do.
They just did like not the Tournament of Champions, but it's the Jeopardy Masters.
Oh.
Yeah.
They
And
got
like he
silly.
just fucking kicked everybody's ass. Like they had Amy Schneider on there and like a few of the other like big ones.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
crazy. Like,
They-
how
But
the
they
fuck
had
do you know
a-
this
they-
much?
They had Ken Jennings doing the hosting though, so he
Well,
was.
that's what that was the whole
uh,
thing with him. It was like between him and that girl from fucking the whatever Big Bang show, and fucking she was terrible because she tried to
Blossom.
be like too cool, and she like tried to make witty jokes, but
And
she's
she
not.
also seemed like she was talking down and you got it wrong.
Yeah.
No, dumbass.
Oh,
yeah.
But she's been doing it
It's
for.
fucking this
Well,
thing
so
I have in
she-
front of me.
She does the celebrity one now, and then Ken Jennings does the real one. Celebrity one.
Yeah,
is
the one with the
fucking-
kids was rough, man.
It's funny because
Well, I keep seeing stories pop up on my phone for some reason. I guess it knows I watch Jeopardy. But I guess
you.
he keeps getting a lot of like flack for the way he's running.
I
the
like- I
show.
like how it's a
he keeps
serious
fucking
thing.
up.
People like have
Like-
like strong opinions about Jeopardy. People bitch about the questions. Like
I do.
because I read
Yeah.
I read the Google News, and so it's just based on what you look at. And they have a Jeopardy one every time, and it's always like, "Here's the final question for Jeopardy last night," or like, "Everyone thinks this question was bullshit."
Yeah.
Everyone
Hey.
thinks this question
It's like
sucks.
people take this real
nuts.
serious.
I
Yeah.
hella agree
But a
that the
lot of
older
that is,
episodes
uh,
are way harder.
But a lot of that is they're like Ken Jennings is reading these wrong.
Oh, he's
Like-
never he's somewhat charismatic, but he's still an ultra nerd kind of autist.
He wants to answer the
Whereas
question.
Alex Trebek was just a fucking showman, and so
He was the man.
that was that.
mustache.
No, I definitely agree that the fucking
I
newer
think they
seasons.
did when it was just starting like internet, and they're like, "We're doing a poll on our website. Should I keep the stash or shave it?"
Oh yeah.
You know, what fucked me up was when Nikki was watching Wheel of Fortune, and I was just like, I remember when Pat Sajak hosted this, and she's like right now,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
He's still alive.
I'm like, yeah. I was like, he must be dead.
He, like,
He's retiring though.
he
They're
just
getting
announced
someone
it. Yeah.
very soon.
So
new
like
one.
next
So,
year, or the year
uh,
after, he'll be retiring.
If they just did the celebrity fucking series for that, the Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, where they do that for like a few weeks or whatever, and they had Vanna as a contestant,
Oh, nice.
and so Pat Sajak's
They made her
daughter
still turn to
did
things.
Vanna.
Yeah, she'd have walk over after she
Yeah,
said, and we'll turn it
But
over.
no, yeah,
4
no,
A's.
so-
Get the fuck over here.
So they got Pat Sajak's daughter, and she's pretty hot.
Well, she wouldn't be in there if she wasn't.
She's no Ken Jennings, but she's
I,
doing well.
when he said it was going to be his daughter, I was expecting like like, have you seen the Family Guy where like
You were thinking an ogre. I get it.
have you seen the Family Guy where like Meg has kids and like
No, I haven't. Let me save you for. Have you seen the
Yeah.
Family Guy one?
Yeah,
No,
watch
I
it.
haven't.
Yeah.
I've seen the
Anyways,
first 2 seasons.
But it's like I was expecting like a woman with like Pat Sajak's face.
yeah, I know what you mean. Kind of like
Turns
a
out there was a mother involved. She has genes. It's
kind of
weird.
like an all too recent Victoria's Secret model.
So what I was talking about, there's a Family
Good
Guy
for her.
where
She's brave.
Brave and
The fat one? Which
There,
one?
there's a
No.
Family Guy where
No, the
Meg and
animal.
it's Meg and Quagmire have babies in like some dream sequence or whatever, and so it's all like fucking kids with like a mashup of Meg and Quagmire's
Oh
face.
yeah. They're fucking. There's something that he's dating her and
in a dream.
Yeah,
I
pissed
think
about
he
it.
said.
But yeah, so I was expecting like some girl with like that mostly looked like Pat Sajak to watch.
Pat Sajak while on TV, he got a hot broad.
Yeah.
Made a killer baby apparently.
I was like, her genetics must have been strong.
And this is my daughter, who we used to view as an accident, now going to turn the letters.
He also has a lot of money, so she could have had work done.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
That's what I heard. Let's dish.
yeah.
Let's dish, girls. Spill
I
the
heard
tea.
in a recent People magazine. I remember Mom used to always have People magazine,
used
so
to
I read it all the
shit out of
time.
it, yeah.
And now I don't even know what's going on with celebrities.
I don't know who
have no
people
clue.
are.
Who's fucking who?
I haven't met a person.
Yeah, I don't know anyone.
I don't
No.
think I've ever read a People magazine.
Why not? They're
'Cause
great.
He's cool as shit.
They're so cool. They're
Take
so
your hat
90s.
off to show him how cool he is. White power.
They are so 90s. Like to me right now, like anytime I see a People magazine, I go, "Oh yeah, that's right." Like
Remember
not
when
like-
people used to read things and when they hold in their hand? That was weird.
time is different. It says time on it. You know, time doesn't change, but
Well,
people do.
I don't think I've ever read a magazine that wasn't Sports Illustrated or
Revolver.
about video games.
Or Maxim.
Oh yeah, or Revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Revolver for like
Goddamn.
4 years.
Yeah. Oh, Kerrang. Kerrang.
Yeah, the
too.
other metal one.
Yeah.
That was a physical newspaper at one point.
No,
Is
Kerrang. Kerrang
I know
was
it
a
Kerrang-
metal magazine.
Is
Was it a physical magazine? I meant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I
Just
always
like
thought they were
Revolver
online.
Used to be.
Yeah.
I always thought they were just online.
Oh, Metal Hammer was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, never mind. There was a lot of cool fucking metal magazines.
Metal was kind of
yeah.
big. It's dead now again.
Yeah.
It'll be back.
Early 2000s was a golden age for sure.
Right. Well, especially for metalcore.
Yeah.
They get to scoop up all the emo kids, and they're like, "Hey, it's a little heavier, but you can still wear those tight pants fine."
It's fine. Well, you know what? In solidarity, we will wear them too, and we will get into a crab stance while we
You can't
play.
wear that jacket
Oh,
with the
and
wing.
you know what?
Take that off and cut your bangs.
Instead of cutting yourself, you can hit other people when you come to shows.
Why don't you just do that instead?
I mean, if you want to die, just pick the big guy.
Yeah.
Now you could start little clubs and things like that, but the problem is that the kids that listen to actual punk and hardcore have already done that and will fight you. So you can become the Sith Lords or whatever you want, but there is this one group called 3 Feet who will kick your ass.
I feel like that's gone.
I think that's gone too,
Oh yeah.
because they all got old.
They're
I would
either
hope-
in jail or
I
have
would-
families now.
Yeah, I would hope that none of those guys are still doing that.
I work out. Chu works out of my gym.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah, I've seen it once in a while.
He's never once said a word to me. He's walked right in front of
Really?
me before.
Oh,
and
I-
never said anything.
He like came right up to me when I
Well,
randomly
I think
saw
he
him
knows
one
how to
day.
like
Well, do you? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do
I
you say hi?
I pulled him off so many fucking children.
Yeah.
that he was beating the shit out of like a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the friendliest in the pit. We'll say that.
I wonder if it's just
He's
'cause
a
you're
real
older.
dick.
'Cause I feel like I've done.
He still
d-
does it. I follow him on Facebook. He has like the metal vest, but it's like it's a crew.
Well, he
And they
rides
go
a-
to shows with other adults.
He also
with
rides a
Jesus
motorcycle, so it
Christ.
fits.
Yeah.
Oh, is he a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Trevor's a motorcycle guy. I didn't
Yeah,
know
but
Chu
Trevor's
was.
Well,
a
he
cool
stopped
motorcycle
drinking,
guy.
which is good for him at
Yeah.
least.
And he got bashed in
yeah.
the nose during Moria. I'm glad he's okay. But he's a tough kid, so it's not like that's the first time it's
Oh
happened to him.
yeah, his fucking nose was fucking all fucked up, bleeding like crazy.
I was, I felt like an idiot too. Like I was like, I should go out there, and I was like, I didn't. I'm like, what an asshole. What an asshole I am.
What are you gonna do, man?
Well,
I was already out there. I was
Ask
like,
him
what
if he's
do I
okay.
do?
I guess I don't know.
Oh,
It
I
just
thought you were gonna go in the pit.
no.
Yeah, I was about
No.
to say.
I
you
did
know,
that at a
you know what
Lionheart
you
concert, and
definitely
I pulled
shouldn't
a
have
hammy.
done.
I did it.
You pulled a hammy at the Lionheart concert.
You know how you used to
Kick
kick
your
back, you
leg
kick
out.
people, and like it was a very natural thing. It didn't hurt me at all. I was like, I
You
kicked
came
someone,
back
and then
down.
I
You
went
came
down,
back down, and it was
and
fucked,
my
huh?
this hurt the next day,
Yeah.
and my where I kicked, I pulled the entire hamstring.
oh my god.
And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, we're done now.
Yeah, we're
We're
limping.
gonna
Oh.
wrap it up.
I still remember when we were doing. I think it was like
Calm down.
junior year. We were doing double days,
Yeah.
and fucking, I came home one day and like I had pulled both of my hamstrings so bad that the entire backs of my legs
Oh, I
were
remember
black
that.
and blue.
Looks like someone
Jesus.
beat the shit out of the back of your
Gross.
legs.
Yeah.
When they
Beat
made
the
you-
testicles.
Should have said it
Like-
was the coaches.
It was the coaches.
Well, it was weird because it wasn't like like a spot, like a circular spot. Like the entire back of both of my fucking upper legs were fucking
like a
black
baboon.
and blue.
It's not
Like
good.
a baboon.
Remember you used to get those things on your arm and they like pop out?
Pop sack.
Yeah, I used to get them on the funny bone here,
Yeah.
and then at night it would just shoot like down my arm. It was a lot of fun.
What the fuck is wrong with you
Yeah,
people?
Yeah, I was like,
didn't
what the
get
hell are
any
you
of that.
talking about?
I mean,
get the pop sacks on the funny bone, and it would just shoot pain down my arm at night.
this is
the
not.
fuck
This
is a pop sack?
It's
Like,
it's the
what?
spot that
You
it's the
don't know
spot
what
that
that
fills
is?
up.
You know
You
what that
never.
is?
I do.
No.
I know exactly what
when
you're
you
talking
hit
about.
someone, it like
Yeah.
fucking inflames.
blood
we,
fills in.
We
Yeah.
sat on the sideline, and so we didn't
Okay,
have
well-
to deal with any of that.
Oh, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
I
Okay.
actually had no idea what you were
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
No,
but
no,
it
I've
sounded
really
awful.
no. I've also
Yeah.
never seen that. Like,
I've never even seen
It
it.
was
outside of football, I've hit my arms and legs on plenty of shit. and I've never had that happen.
Never like that,
It
though.
happened more like freshman year because you'd hit someone like this, and not even with your hands at all, and so it was just like whatever this is. When you hit them, it would blow
I
up and it would hurt a little bit.
I don't know about you, but like being in the middle of the line, I had to like feel my offside a lot of the time, and shit would come through there.
I've
and just hit
never
you.
heard anyone else talk about this.
Yeah, I didn't.
Like-
None of my teammates ever had any of this either.
Kurt-
That's what I was so astounded. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've never had heard
Curtis
anyone.
had plenty of them, and then I remember in camp, I think you swatted when you were playing D line. I think
no,
you
they were-
swatted, and then
they-
you got the one on the back of your hand.
guys
No, we were
also-
doing running drills, but they had everyone do it, not just the backs.
Oh yeah,
So
okay,
they
that's
gave me
what it
the
was.
ball, and the guy went to tackle me, and whatever he touched my hand got like that big.
He didn't touch your hand; he hit you.
You
Well,
smashed
whatever.
your hand.
But the way that his helmet, he put his head down,
Yeah.
and he hit my hand,
Like a man.
and like by the time I handed the ball back, it was already this big.
Yeah, it was like a
guys
golf
also
ball
had,
on his
like-
hand.
He put his head down like a man.
You
Like a
guys-
man.
None of this sissy, pussy,
Bullshit.
clueless
Heads up
anti-football
football.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Your JV coaches were the last, like, at least fucking. I didn't.
So-
my JV years that our head coach wasn't a fucking psycho like your guys were. He understood that we were children.
Oh, no.
Still, and so he
To be
wouldn't-
very
Oh,
clear,
no.
they taught us
That-
heads up football.
Yeah, no,
We
no.
did not play heads up football.
course.
Heads
No
up,
fucking
heads
kid
up
does.
literally started our freshman year. Like Pop Warner, the
Heads
year
up,
before,
7
they
up?
were not teaching us heads up football.
Oh, 1-on-1, no down blocking. Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
no, heads up hitting.
Oh, like Oklahoma drill.
Not
Yeah,
head
no
down,
putting
not
your
like
head down to hit
yeah.
somebody.
Oh yeah.
So
But they always
snap
tell-
your
But
fucking
they-
You were
neck.
supposed
What
to
I'm
put your head to
saying-
the side when you tackle,
Right.
and drive through them with your shoulder.
Right, but keep your
But
eyes
then
up.
you-
Keep
but
your
you're
head
supposed
up.
to keep your head up. And so what I'm saying is, my last year Pop Warner, they were not teaching that. That started like our freshman year.
That's probably when they found out about CTE, and then 10 years later,
Yep.
they're like, "I
There's
think
a
this
great
might
movie.
be a thing."
Wonderful
No,
movie
it-
came out 10 years
The
later.
best part is when you with
10
that,
Years a Slave,
with
that was
that
the one.
movie and fucking all the shit they found out later. Like, no, they've known about it since the fucking 70s. They just try to ignore it and then put it all the
Well,
research
it was,
away.
It
And
was when the pro players started offing themselves.
Yeah,
and doing
God, be a
crazy
real
well,
shit.
they
problem.
couldn't
Gosh,
ignore it
shit.
anymore. Yeah,
They're like, I think he might be fucked up from all those blows to the
Well,
head.
it's more like shit. 5 of them have done this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 of them have done
In
this.
the
I could
last,
think-
like,
I could
4
think
years.
Two
Like,
offhand right now.
15 have done this. There's a list. I've seen a list. It's at least
All
like
of them.
50 something long.
Oh yeah,
I almost certainly have some small form of CTE.
you have to.
But I'm talking about
impossible not
I'm
to.
talking about players
right.
players that
I
have
did not
died
do a
from
lot of
CTE related shit. It's
Yeah.
the list is up to 50 something.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
And it
it's-
happens
yeah.
way later. It's not like
And that's the ones
immediate.
they know about.
That's the ones who did like something to make it like this is CTE.
Yeah,
like
well,
that guy like shot himself.
Well,
It's
Junior
They're
Seau.
also-
Junior Seau. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
he
also
wrote
the
on
one-
there, study me.
they're
Yeah.
also the
Like
ones that
Dorian,
were remembered enough for anybody to give a shit that might have been it.
Right. Steve McNair.
Like think about
Another
how
one.
many like
Who's the guy that drove his truck on the other side of the freeway?
No, he was walking. I think the recent one, right?
No, this is a
Oh,
while
is
back.
that-
He's
that
like
wasn't-
driving a big ass truck and he pulls onto the wrong side of the freeway and slams into someone on
Whoops.
purpose. He's trying to kill himself.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
He's a big white
I re-
dude.
was that the one that was in the movie?
Remember the
the-
Titans?
No, no.
he gets
the-
T-boned.
No, the Will.
There's a lot of
no,
movies,
the
man.
Will Smith movie.
I don't
Concussion.
remember.
Concussion? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't
Do
seen
you
that
think
one.
he
I
was
know about
shouting
it.
left side, strong side as he went right into him?
Strong side.
Left side.
Strong side.
Left
Like-
side.
But no, like
He's just screaming
Let's-
left side out the window, going to an 18-wheeler,
Like,
like fucking
He's taking a lot
Jax
of
from
shots
waiting
ahead.
for
He's
it,
a
yeah.
retarded.
like Jax from fucking Sons of Anarchy at the end. Just
Like-
got his just head and arms out the window.
Yeah.
but speaking of fucking movies, like what was that football movie like
Good
in the
transition.
90s? It was Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
Coach says it's all right to bleed from the ears.
And then they do that exact same line in fucking Not Another Teen Movie. with the same guy too.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's
the same
still
guy.
Reggie Ray. I think his name's Bubba J.
It
In
was, but
Yeah, you watch those movies. You watch those movies. You're like, at least it's not that bad.
yeah.
I mean, all the shit that like they're like play through this injury. I don't give a fuck. Even though you're a child and you probably shouldn't be seriously injuring yourself.
Well, that's right.
You'd watch those movies about like Texas, and you're like, well, it's not as bad.
Well,
as Texas.
also,
We can't
but
grab-
also, those are exaggerations.
We-
like, it was
Certainly.
probably around the level you're experienced.
We're also
Like,
too young.
Granted,
don't
we're
know,
in
it-
California,
we weren't
but
the
still.
king of the school
Well,
like
you're
you
also-
would be in the
No,
small
I'm
town.
talking about how the coaches treat you at
You're also
practice.
too young to grasp how horrific it is for them to treat a child like that.
Oh,
When
yeah.
These kids are like 15.
I remember someone
and
telling
shit.
Bryce that he's got to play through all these.
Oh yeah,
clear-
you're like fucking.
You
shit's all
bruise your
fucked up.
ribs and you
Oh,
brought
yeah.
them the fucking X-ray and
Yes.
they like rubbed some dirt on it. I was like, there's a lot of spots on this.
I remember fucking.
I have multiple contusions on my ribs. I literally took on a screenplay. I pull out to the side, and the guy that's gonna get the ball carrier decides I'm not getting the ball carrier. I'm gonna take you out so other people can. And he puts his helmet like just dives straight into my ribs, and I felt fine the rest of the game. But then the next
adrenaline.
day, not even the next day, the night we were coming home on the bus,
Yeah.
I'm fucking like. Right when I got up, I'm like, oh,
It
I
hurts,
can't
yeah.
breathe, dude.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
what's
Adrenaline
going
just
on?
fucking
That's
wore
it,
off.
you're
Everything
on
hurts
fucking
now.
Shitload
Yup.
of adrenaline.
You ever-
fucking-
You ever think of comebacks for shit like way too late? Like
We're talking about-
that rub some dirt on it. Like
Oh,
I would have I would have really wanted to be like,
Why don't
we
you
play
rub
on-
some dirt
no,
on it?
I really would have wanted to be like, we play on turf.
we play on turf, coach. This hurts really bad, and we
Right.
play on turf.
That
We don't
rubber
have any
small
dirt.
pieces of plastic on
tire
it.
of rubber
Yeah.
tire
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Is chewed up.
That's probably
tires.
sanitary.
Duct tape.
That's
Duct
what they
tape fixes
use.
a lot of shit, dude. It's got to work here.
Yeah, you gotta ice it and then heat and then ice and
So,
then
uh,
heat.
Well, that was
I
what made
just
me
That's
did,
how you
like.
solve anything in football.
Well, that shit's what made me like my JV coach because I would see Alfano fucking yell at the kids who are clearly hurt to get back in there if you want to play, keep playing this
He
season.
hardly did
But
that.
I remember fucking just seen it at all, which I probably my JV coach probably did
It
the same
shouldn't
thing. But I just
happen-
remember
it
one
shouldn't happen
instance
at
like
all.
someone was fucking like limping and he's trying to do it on his own. Like I'm gonna get back in. He's like, ho 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 ho. You're hurt. The fuck are you doing? Like, don't go back in there and get more hurt now. Not only are you not going to be able to play at all the rest of the season, you're a fucking 14-year-old kid.
Well, I've seen Alfano and all of our other coaches do the exact same thing that you just said.
Yeah, so
And
they've
then do
probably
the
done the
opposite.
same.
because there are, and I firsthand experience, I can tell you there are people that do that.
The
Oh,
one
I'm
I-
hurt, coach. Like you're scared.
Yeah.
I get it. You're scared.
yeah, yeah.
You got
But
your
the-
bell rung and you're scared.
The
Start
one
tapping
I-
your head a lot. and
Totally
yeah.
fine.
The one I remember the most was Brian Valdez after his last concussion tries coming out to the field in like full pads and shit, and the coach was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like,
But they,
Done, dude.
they said that they get the fuck out of here, but they also encourage that kind of behavior.
Well, that's-
I did the
that's
same
the
thing
thing,
when I
yeah.
fucked my neck up and like I got like I hit with my head down into the pad and like I was
The
just
sled.
I couldn't like lift my head up
Yeah.
without a lot of pain for like a year. And I came out and like they make you stand there while everyone else is in full uniform. And they're
feel
like,
like
you
an
just sit
asshole.
here and watch these guys.
Yeah.
These are your teammates, by the way.
Yep.
And then you make it feel like it's like the military. You're letting everyone down. Half of them are going to die now. You happy?
They're all gonna
Go
die.
stand with your group
Like-
while
So
they're
you
doing
show
their
up with like
drills
I
and-
showed up with
yeah.
my helmet and I ran with you guys. I'm like,
But-
I always do the sprints.
even the Brian Valdez thing, like he had multiple concussions. By the time they told him to
He's
get the fuck
fucking
off
retarded.
the field, he was fucking retarded.
That
See,
was
that's
weird. It was a noticeable change.
Yeah.
Like he was just a regular dude, and then like suddenly he's like he's
because
retarded.
you let him play through multiple concussions.
Which that's where you're probably
Like-
right that I don't doubt my JV coach did the same thing, push people in who should not have, who were hurt and should have gone in because he's psyched about winning this game and then maybe a different game he sees he's a little more aware. Just like Alfano probably did the same thing. It's just that fucking. I really look down on fucking all of those high school coaches who are like, my goal as fucking our good season this year, so I can feel like I did something well as a
it's al-
fucking high school teacher.
It's always
These are-
a former player who either like wasn't good or really was good but didn't go to college on it.
or they
And so like this is like they feel like if we win as a team, I won, like I played. And so they get way too in, and that's when these guys start telling you like
their life.
play through injury and
this
shit.
That's
is
like,
exactly
this
what
is
I would
high
do,
school,
though.
like-
That's the point, is to
Well,
win.
yeah,
but-
you would
but
feel that way
also-
too. I mean, it's not weird.
Let
But
me
also,
add- let me-
these are kids. Like your goal is not for them to win state, especially if you're not in a school that regularly wins
Let me
state.
just say
If
this.
your
If
goal
you can
is
win
for these
anything,
kids to
Let me
fucking grow.
just let me just say this.
Like,
I got two things for you. Why do they keep
Ham
score?
and cheese.
why would they keep score? If it doesn't matter, why would they
part of
keep
the
score?
game,
And
yeah.
2, you play to win the game.
Sure.
Which ironically,
But
I also
still,
found,
remember, they're fucking kids.
I
Who
Like,
cares?
Right.
They signed up to win. Now go win.
What you're saying is correct, but put in the situation, and now you've watched these kids grow.
Yeah.
You're like, this is my army, and I'm gonna do this
Fuck
play.
yeah, dude.
And these boys are gonna go out
No,
there
I
and kick
can-
the shit out of
I
those
can
goddamn Nazis.
I can entirely see how I
The other
even
team, they're a bunch of Nazis, all right?
Fucking
could-
pieces of
It
shit,
just,
everyone.
it
I
just
could
seems
enjoy-
like it just seems like it takes a special kind of ego to get that wrapped
I
up
could
in
entirely
That's why it's a
see-
lot of former players.
I could even
Yeah.
see myself if I were a coach is eventually getting to that point where you're just like,
Be there
no, we
first
gotta
day.
win. You're
I'd be there
fine. Get
first day.
the fuck
Oh,
over
no,
there.
man.
It's ironic with that JV coach for you. I recently found out he told himself that he was fucking shithouse that whole time. He had a huge
I mean,
drinking problem back then.
That's great.
Trust me, though. As soon as these kids become
What, you gotta be
adults, you
sober?
better fucking win.
Yeah, well, not fuck it.
Like
As soon
you're
as they
eight-
become adults, you better win. What?
yeah,
What do you
soon-
mean by adults?
Like as soon as you turn 18, okay, now you got to win. Fuck you. Like I don't give a shit about
mean
But when they're
college?
kids, yeah.
Oh.
It's more
Like,
of the
You
awareness
play
of
to win the
kid,
game.
Yeah. Like,
Sorry. Why would they
well,
keep score?
When you're in high school,
Well,
like
it's like-
95%
cares?
of these kids are not going to
Who
the
cares?
fucking-
So what are they trying to do? Why are they
Well,
playing? That's the whole point.
That's
why
why
are they
it
even
falls,
playing?
Well,
it
there's
falls
a
on the
difference
adults
between
for me
there's
at
a difference
that
between
point.
playing to win and like forcing kids
Winning
to
to
play
play.
injured.
You can't force anybody.
Like,
That's not a thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
kids forcing themselves at that
Yeah,
point.
they're
Sure,
gonna
maybe
tell
it's
you to
through
fuck off.
sure, maybe it's through influence.
You could just make a place where they're gonna feel bad for not playing through an
yeah,
injury.
that's called you're in a
Which-
position.
yeah.
But
of
they
power.
they
You're
cannot. They're not
coercing
going to
them.
come out and be like, "Fuck that! I don't care if your arm's broken. Get back in there," because you walk over to your parents
There's
and
a
they're
limit.
in trouble.
They know the
But they
limit.
could be like, "Oh, you hurt? That's fine. Let's get the other guy that you're competing for a spot with. He's going to go in. He's not hurt.
They
you
know
good?
They know how to make your head feel worse than your
Of
ribs.
course.
Maybe.
Like,
Maybe. I did
Well, they
not
know
feel
you're
good
a-
enough
they
to
know you're
play.
an egotistical, fucking hormonal high school kid. So when you hear that he's gonna replace you and he'll be number one now, you're like, "Fuck that!
Exactly.
I'm fucking number
That's
one."
why
yeah,
they
and
do that.
that's the other part of it. Like these are kids. Like it's your job to maintain proper judgment. Like
Well,
it's
sure,
like-
but come on. Proper judgment is: can you play? You think you can play? I need you to play.
People are just shitty sometimes.
You play
Well, also-
to win
well,
the
that-
game.
That's also part of judgment is like figuring out is this kid hurt or is he being a little pussy.
Let me tell you
Like,
something. This is my Alamo, okay?
This is where he will
the
die
last
on this
stand.
fucking hill, man.
Across this line, you do not. And dude, by the way,
Oh, dude.
Chinaman is not the
Chinaman
preferred
is not-
nomenclature. Asian American, please.
I like he's talking about Vietnamese. He's like, which is Chinaman. That's not.
He's
cool.
the one that was saying Chinaman the whole time.
Oh yeah.
The Chinaman is not the issue. And then later he corrects himself to
Also,
dude.
yeah.
Dude. Because I think dude says it one time. He's like, who gives a fuck about the
It was
Chinaman?
a really good
Gentlemen,
burn filter. Shut the
we
fuck
have
up,
all
Donnie.
just been party to a hate crime.
We're going to want to get out of here. What is it? I can't even remember
No,
the
it's,
speech.
Ken, we're gonna give you first on customer ups to pretend this never happened.
Oh, he came at us with ninja stars and
One of those
yeah.
samurai swords. Yeah.
He's like, so everybody, we gotta. This lot is gonna be crawling with G-men. We gotta get our story straight. Ken came at us with a samurai sword and ninja throwing stars.
I like as soon as they give him the first steps on the fucking commission, he's like, "Yeah, that's fine.
He's like, I'm all in.
I'm down with the
I just got a
fucking hate
promotion for
crime,
this?
Yeah,
This is all I needed to do is get beat up.
more money. Yeah,
Never again. Never again.
you got
Yeah,
some-
we may have all just participated in a hate crime.
Yes.
We just went
That's
through
what
that.
they
You got
said.
cited for inciting a riot.
Dick, you rascal!
It was him.
The cops gave you a ticket for inciting a riot.
Yeah.
Nobody tells DJ Request what to play.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, you read my mind. Just those little responses. Oh, I love it.
All right.
Next up is Vanessa. Vanessa. Oh, sorry. Vanessa is dead.
What is it? Get in your breakfast, guys, because the kitchen is surrounded for a porno show. Are you disgusted? I am.
I like in Superstore. You ever watch that?
Yes.
They have Jonah who does the announcements, and he always has like a real one and then a fake one. It'll be like
Oh,
meat.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like beef. Top sirloin is $5.99 a pound. In the meat section, and also the raccoons in the freezer department have grown more powerful than we could come to imagine. Please do not go into the freezer section.
Yeah, no, he makes that show. Like,
Yeah, in my opinion is the best one, where the raccoons have grown more powerful than we could ever imagine. It's like the what?
I don't know why.
Powerful
but,
how?
man, fucking advertising is a powerful thing. When you said like meat is now like $17.99 a pound and you said like in the fucking meat section.
Yeah.
I really wanted you to say in the Max Pack.
In the Max Pack, the multi-pack Max Pack, $2.99 a pound a gallon. That's how much milk goes for now.
Jesus.
Inflation, am I right?
Does anybody look at the actual anything but the bottom line when you get your groceries?
For a little bit.
I don't even know if I look at that. They go like, that'll be. Let's go.
for-
Oh, okay. Well, I'm paying for it.
And
I'm
you
gonna
look
be
at
surprised
the
later when that money's gone.
There was a few months last year where milk was more expensive than gas.
Milk.
milk.
Per gallon. That's pretty funny to me.
Like that's fucking wild.
Milk is delicious, and I love it.
I like gas too, though.
Gas tastes better.
You ever had it with your cereal?
It kind of melts the marshmallows, which is kind of a problem for me.
Have you ever tried
Burns a
like
little.
things that are not milk with your cereal?
Milk.
Water.
Water.
Yeah,
That's probably it.
Jesus.
Orange juice.
That I've done.
That's okay.
Yeah, I've
'Cause it's
done
sweet.
orange juice.
It depends on the cereal, but if it's a sugary
with Fruit
cereal, it's just
Loops?
gonna make it sweeter orange juice.
Fruit
With
Loops
Fruit
in a
Loops,
jam.
it works like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
then you get a
Tricks.
multi-color too. That's fun.
That's why I got the cereal.
It's diverse.
I
Very
definitely
diverse. Yes, orange.
And then I definitely love any cereal that turns your milk chocolate.
Oh, that's the
Like,
best. Yeah.
That's what's the fuck.
Cocoa
up.
Pebbles is
Like-
probably my favorite cereal out of all of them.
Or you get
Reese's
some
Puffs is
fucking-
the next one.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You get some
Yeah.
cinnamon.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
no, that's
Teasy,
fire
baby.
too.
Cinnamon
yeah,
Toast
yeah.
Crunch and then Reese's Puff
Yeah.
and then Captain Crunch.
You know,
Captain
I'm
Crunch
not.
does
I
rule.
don't like the Reese's Puffs. I honestly, I
Oh
found
no.
that.
Oh
like,
no.
No, I found that like I'm very picky
fucking
about
knew
my
you were a Nazi.
Reese's.
Oh no.
Like I don't like the little Reese's. Like I
What?
don't fuck with those. Like Reese's Pieces. No,
Oh.
it has to be like the legit normal size
Oh.
Reese's. Like I don't know.
Motherfucker.
My man,
It's
I'm
just
so
the,
sorry
the,
for
the,
you.
The combination of chocolate and peanut butter has to be just.
It has to be like the
just,
same as the
Tim, I will jump across this fucking table.
Although, have you had?
Let's not get ahead of
What
ourselves.
is the difference
Let-
between a big and small Reese's? It's the same fucking thing.
Let's get something
it's
straight.
a different ratio of peanut butter and chocolate.
Let's get something straight. You will not be jumping over any tables.
I will slowly walk around and I'll kind of move that and then I'll move this.
I was gonna say maybe you crash. You
Don't
just like
you move,
walk through
goddammit.
it.
I was gonna say your best hope is to maybe crash through the table.
I will ruin this table.
I will break the shit out of this table, dog.
And then I will fall asleep.
I will powerbomb Bryce into this table.
I will jump up on this table and fall right through it.
I'll give you the people's elbow.
Do a box jump onto the edge and watch it flap me in the face like a shovel in a garden in a cartoon.
Well, what would be great is if he did that, and unbeknownst to him, we replaced it with a glass table earlier today.
Oh Jesus, that would not be funny. That would terrify me. I hate blood and glass.
You know, hear a
It
hilarious
would make
rushing
it would
story?
make good footage.
I
It
like
would
both
put
of
our
those things.
podcast on the map.
Those are two of my favorites. Blood and glass. Who wants to
See,
jump
bloody
through?
glass is nice.
Who wants to jump through a glass coffee table?
So I guess like a month back in Ohio, these two guys got arrested for putting weights inside fish at a fishing competition. And there's a video of it. It's fucking hilarious because like they're weighing them all out, and I guess someone must have like thought someone was weird about it. So you hear
Why
like,
does
they
this
cut-
fish weigh 10
I know, I
pounds?
guess yeah. They cut it open, and you
They're
just hear,
marking out.
"We got weights and fish," and so it's like, "There we go!"
Just screaming
It's
it.
hilarious. Let's get them.
Get him!
But I guess they got arrested because fucking it was
Crazy.
the fucking competition where the winner got like $50,000, and so it's fraud.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
That would be great though. Like the competition, these fish are all within like 3 to 5 pounds, and these idiots put like a 20-pound weight inside a fish.
They got 45
Bar-
sticking on
there's
the
a
side of it.
dumbbell weight here.
I caught a
Just
5.5.
take 2 fish to a 45 is like just one fish.
I got a 6-inch perch, and it weighs 20 pounds.
And a 6-inch cock.
I got a 6-inch dick. That's all I got. I caught a dick.
I have an 11-inch penis.
No.
Sure you do, buddy. Sure you do.
No, you don't.
And
Oh,
your
yeah,
fish
sure.
was this big.
Happy birthday, Austin.
Happy birthday, Austin.
Happy birthday. What's the Ren and Stimpy song?
Kiss me goodbye and write me when I'm gone. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Hello, Vietnam.
Is that you, John Wayne? Is this me?
Is this me?
That's because of your hair.